Big Season Sports, the universal favorite to fight fans from all nations. Thank you for tuning in once again. And damn, we had a pretty good, night of events for combat sports, man. We got UFC and, Ilia Topuria taking out Max Holloway the first time he ever been knocked out. And Ilia Topuria did it, man. And then we also got my guy Regis Prograis, and I like Regis Prograis. I was going for him. I thought he did a phenomenal job despite being hurt. His legs wasn't under him. He had, I think, a little injury with his ankle and his knee. But for the most part, man, I wanted to hop on and just see what's up with y'all, man. How y'all feeling about the outcome, man? How y'all feeling about this outcome? And we could also put this out for right now. We have Shay. What's up, my guy? Shout out to the chat familia. How y'all felt about that, man? Don't mind my eye, man. I got into an accident real quick. I got into it with a bear. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just say this. Only one of us came out alive. If you know what I mean, shot. Like that. I was so let down by, oh man, you don't even know, bro. You don't even know. And Max was doing good, man. I felt like he was winning. My babies. Yeah, man, I felt like Max was winning for sure, bro. And I think it was getting close, but Max was definitely getting the better of the exchanges in the first round, second round. But yeah, before you know it, Ilia lands that one shot and boom, fight is all over, man. He was doing good. Ilia just has that get out of jail card. Yeah, man. Ilia, he be losing fights too, man, and all of a sudden he just got that power, bro. He did that in his other fight too, and he gotta give credit where it's due, man. Shout out to Max Holloway, bro. It was heartbreaking, but it is what it is. I think he did his best at 135. At 135, obviously, was it one? I forgot how UFC weight classes be working. I think it's actually not one because it's 130, if I'm not mistaken, or 135 because it's one. I'm confused, man. Boxing, UFC weight classes be different as hell. You know what I'm saying? 145. Yeah, 145, man. I think he needs to step up right quick. Toma! You already know what's up. We didn't even do the intro. Hold up.
Toma, huepa, tacho. Pa' que sepa, puñeta. Y cabrones.
You already know what's up. If you're new to this channel, this is where I like to cover the most latest, greatest, and exciting fight news, but also elaborate my personal thoughts and perspective. If that's the type of channel you're into, make sure to smash that like button on your way in. Make sure you hit that jump. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know what I'm saying? Be a part of the Big Six and Cartel Familia, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's see what we talking about. There's 125, 135, 145, 150. Okay, yeah. I had got confused as hell, man. I had got hella confused. Yeah, 125. I know he did his thing at 135. Was it featherweight? Yeah, he did his thing at featherweight. That's where he had the highlight of his career. Max way better at 155. Yeah, 145. He had his run at 145 against Aldo. He did his thing, beat Aldo twice. He was a champion. He did his thing. He definitely needs to step it up. I think 155 right now is best for him, especially with that performance he put against Gaethje. That was lovely. Lovely work. Shout out my babies. Say. Hit that like. You're ready. Max is way better. Yeah, I could agree. Yeah, featherweight is 145. Yeah, featherweight, he did his thing. But right now, there's just other hungry young cats there. And I think Max needs to utilize his experience at 155. You know what I'm saying? Him cutting that weight to 145 is not going to work out for him, man. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. I was putting on the Regis fight And then I'm like, you know what? Let me see what time this fight started. And I seen that already popped up. So I'm like, I go to put on the UFC fight. I'm like, damn, it's already the main event. I made it just in time for the main event. I missed everything. I missed the Chimaev versus Whitaker fight, all that, bro. Crazy. Jay Will in the building. Jack Catterall deserves a title shot versus Alberto Puello or Tio. Yeah. I think what's up with Puello, man? I haven't heard from him. I'm surprised he didn't get stripped already. I haven't heard nothing from him. But Puello, yeah, we definitely need to, at least I think what would be nice, Jack Catterall versus Puello. You know what I'm saying? I think those two fights right there will help build their names and knock one of them out. You know what I'm saying? And if he could beat Puello, I think that would solidify him as world champion. You know, we got the outcome of Hitchens and Leon Perro. We still got Tio in the picture. I would like to see Tio, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too excited for Jack Catterall versus Tio. If Tio comes back at 140, I would like to see him against Rayo. That's my pick. I would like to see him against Rayo for sure. Yeah, my guy Jay Will, what's up? Zero in the Zio, my bad. Diego Lopez up next. If anyone beats Ilia outside of Volk, it's him. I was just thinking that earlier, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Lopez, he actually beat one of my guys, man. Patrick Sabatini. You know, my big bro, he's a trainer. He trains Patrick Sabatini, man. I got some footage of him and all that. Some pics and all that, you know what I'm saying? I work closely with I used to kind of work closely with some UFC fighters through my big bro, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to work with him, and he fought Lopez, and he put on a good ass fight against Lopez. I'm not even gonna hold you. He put on a good fight. But he got knocked out overall. I heard I think Regis is going to he's going to bare knuckle. He might be going to BKFC. That's what it looks like. Rayo versus Pitbull rematch. I think that's what's taking place. I think it might be called off. We don't know because I'm not sure what's going on. I thought that fight was taking place, but I'm starting to feel like there's something not going right. You know what I'm saying? We got Blanco Rivera. Shout out to Blanco for checking up on your boy. Yeah, man. Long story short, bro. Long story short, you know, I was walking in the neck of the woods in the jungle. You know, I ran across a bear. He was trying to start some ish. So I got into it with a bear, son. Let's just say this. You know, only one of us came out alive. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. Only one of us came out alive.
This is Sparta!
I mean, he got the...
Toma, huepa, chacho.
I got him out of there, but you know, he gave me a little something. He landed one off the counter real quick, but I landed mine. You know what I'm saying? Got up out of there. You know what I mean? Nah, man, all jokes aside, though, one of my families, part of my family was having a little Halloween party or something. I don't really get into the whole holidays and stuff like that, but, you know, my kids had got me some, and they got me this little cool little Stitch tattoo joint, and that it ended up looking a lot realer than I thought. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit look hella crazy. But yeah, let's just say it happened from what I said to begin with the bear. You know what I'm saying? I like that story better. It just sounds better. Yo, what's good, Boogie Man? What's up, my peoples? What's good, mi gente? Mi tomakins in the building, baby. Let's go. Yo, for real, bare knuckle is so good for him right now. Dude finna dominate. It's when boxers go to bare knuckle, I think they got decent success. And some UFC fighters too. Like you get success. The only difference is it's a little different when you hit with your knuckles, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you got the glove, sometimes you hit different ways because you got a glove. It feels different. You're more reckless, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes with your bare knuckles, it's like you can't be as reckless. You jam your fingers faster. It gets a little different, but I think he'll do great, man. And honestly, I never pictured, you know, someone like Regis going to bare knuckle. I'm gonna keep it 100. I couldn't picture that, but it makes me realize, like, damn, man, you could do anything you put your mind and you set your mind to. You know what I'm saying? Like, where we got someone like Regis, like, yo, I'm a boxer. I'm gonna just go to bare knuckle. Bare knuckle just seems so crucial. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Regis wants to take that route, I'm sure he'll get offered some good money to end his career off in a sport that's, close and probably the closest to the one he truly loves, which is boxing. So let's see how it go with bare knuckle for the bull. I think that'd be good for him. Bare knuckle's raw as fuck. I love, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, man. I thought he did a decent job. I like how Regis boxes, man. He gave me a shot. I enjoyed it. I seen him do his thing. He was started coming back. That nice jab that sat Catterall down. They try to say it was the shoulder and chest. No, it was a shot that grazed the inner shoulder area, but still like sunk in towards the side of his chin. As he was throwing his body towards the opposite. As Jack Catterall was throwing his body towards the opposite direction, swinging his body for like a swing, he got jabbed up by Regis, but it like glided off his shoulder in a sense and kind of dug into the side of the chin at the same time fast. Wham, like a push joint, and it was just perfect time. That was a legit knockdown. They tried to play him, but it was a legit knockdown. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you can tell and will break your hands if you don't correct the punching mechanics. Yep, to a T. But Regis should have it in the bag. Yeah, man. There's some people that they do great MMA. Some boxers that do great boxers. Look at Polly. He tried to go into bare knuckle, and I think after one fight alone against Artem Lebov, and that was a war for him. I don't think he ever came back. If he did come back, I don't remember it. But it was a very short-lived career for Paulie when it came to bare knuckle. We have Michael Venom Page that was in Bellator for a long time. Then he went to UFC. But before he went to the UFC, he went to bare knuckle, BKFC, and he didn't do too. He actually fought Platinum Mike Perry, and Platinum Mike Perry beat him in bare knuckle. Nobody would see that happening in UFC and MMA. Nobody could see, Platinum Mike Perry beating Michael Venom Page in the UFC, an MMA fight. But guess what? In bare knuckle, he could do that. So bare knuckle is just a different beast, man. People kind of sleep on it and think because they could do this, that's nothing. They think like boxing is the highest, grade you could get in combat sports, or MMA is the highest grade you could get in combat sports. But believe it or not, it don't matter. Just because you could do this, it don't mean when you get to bare knuckle fighting, you're downgrading thinking you could just do that. Nah, it takes different type of technical skills just because the punches are different than how boxing is. You know what I'm saying? There's guys that even say like we don't even punch. They say yeah, like you still got the jabs and stuff like that, but you don't even want to hold on too tight. You don't even want to squeeze your hands too tight when you fight bare knuckles because it's like the collision of somebody punching your hand starts to hurt. You leave them loose, it kind of helps you out. You know what I'm saying? Catching it a little, but when you hold your hands and you grip them up so tight and fighting, you get your hand hit even when you block, and it makes it hurt more. So like it's different tips and tricks for bare knuckles. Yes, sir. What's up, Al Simmons? Help Spawn. What's up with you? Regis was always overrated. No technical skills. I think he had. I'm not gonna lie. I give Regis credit. He had great head movement. Even though he got caught. Obviously, when he got knocked down those two times, but the one time also when he didn't get knocked down, I think it was the end of the second or the third, and he got clipped with one. It looked like it could have been a knockout punch. But other than that, there was other parts of the fight where he had just great head movement. Not the best. The footwork, I think, for him to close the distance could have been a little better. You could see that he was attempting. One thing that I like about Regis is that at least he was attempting to get something done. You know what I'm saying? There's fighters that just let it go, but he was attempting. He was stepping into the jab multiple times to close the distance, trying to pull something out of what, he didn't really have so much strength in. And I think he did a decent job. He tried to bob and weave his way inside, and he got some success, but, he was up in the cars at one point of the fight, in my opinion. And I would say, like, mid-fight, he was kind of up on my scorecard after that knockdown. So then when that happened, I was like, okay. But, Jack Catterall pulled it together, stayed patient. Very patient fight for someone like Jack Catterall. It seemed like when Regis was winning the fight, and I wouldn't say, the round. Let's say round. When he was, like, getting the better of the round, but then all of a sudden, Jack Catterall towards the end just lands a nice bomb or he gets the highlight of the round. And I feel like that would just win him the round because Regis just like didn't do enough to dominate the round. But if Jack Catterall didn't do nothing, Regis would have won just because he was more active. Probably leaned to some more of the exchanges, and it just so happened that towards the end of the round, Jack Catterall just came in, bow, just to steal that round. That Tank versus Crayo fight would have been fire. What's your take on GTD versus Roach? I mean, I got it probably the same way everybody else do. I don't really see Roach. I see it similar to the Frank Martin fight. If you want to be honest, to me, it's like a repeat with Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what styles, if he's a southpaw to me, it's just gonna be like one of those situations. It's like the same situations. I see the same outcome coming out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Roach, not to throw shade at Roach, but it just, there's a reason why we know so much about Tank, and he's so well known, and Roach isn't, and Roach is actually a world champion. So we can't say, oh, it's because he's not a world champion. No, he was a world champion at 130. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I will keep it 100. I didn't know that. A lot of us didn't know that he was a champion at this moment. Like, I wasn't paying attention to that. That's my point. And it's not even because I'm a casual. It's just that I cover the latest and greatest exciting fight news. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? I say it all the time. I cover the latest and greatest exciting fight news. If there's not so much exciting coming from a particular fighter, guess what? Call me what you want, but there's a good chance I'm not going to cover it. Doesn't mean I'm not interested or I'm talking about it behind the scenes. But to present it to you guys, I want to make sure it's the latest, greatest, and exciting fight news. That's what I promote, baby. You know what I'm saying? Old school bolo punch. Oh, yeah. I remember Paulie had a bare knuckle fight. Yeah, he got busted up. Yeah, he got washed up by Conor McGregor's boy. He got washed up by. Crazy work. I think people only underestimate bare knuckle fighting because lots of their athletes are considered the scraps of boxing and MMA. You know, the guys that couldn't make it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's basically what it is. But that's how they take it. That you're absolutely right. That's how they see it. Then they learn. They definitely see it that way. Where it's like, okay, anybody could do this. That's like for the low. You know what I'm saying? That's the low of the levels. When everyone retire and we just want to make some quick fast money, we could go to bare knuckle or something. That's how people start to see it. And then they go find out, and it's a whole different story. Chat Familia, what's up? Shout out to the Chat Familia. Frontline in the building. Yeah, nah, bro. So in other words, I just told the story, bro. So what happened was, yeah, he got me pretty good. I was walking in the woods, in the neck of the woods, my neck of the woods in the jungle, right? Ran across this bear. He was trying to scare me and shit. I wasn't really having it, so he pulled up on me fast and shit, running. I said, what? Hit him with that pull counter. Bang! I'm gonna keep it short. Let's just say this, only one of us left out alive. You know what I'm saying? Only one of us left out alive. I left with a little something, you know what I'm saying? But I wish you would see how the bear would have looked, bro. Nah, I'm messing with you. My kids got me this, man. My son, he got it because we was having like a little Halloween party. I didn't really have no costume. I don't really entertain that type of stuff too much. But my kids still like to do it, so it was like, yo, here I got some stitches for your face. All right, let me see what's up. I'll do it. Mas melaza con sabor. I don't like Catterall. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Catterall. I felt like he was a little bit too patient in that fight. Wasn't exciting. I felt like he was a little bit more exciting with the Josh Taylor fight. He was patient, but I guess since he was having, I think I just seen him land more in that fight. He was landing in this fight, but not so much. I felt like he was too patient. He didn't really have killer instinct. I feel like he could have put Regis away, but he didn't. I don't know, man. Catterall's cool though. He's not too bad. I think he got a lot of potential. I don't think he's the undisputed type though. I think when it comes to, we got Puello, Leon Perro, Crayo, Teofimo Lopez. I don't see him, coming out on top when we mention those names. Salute, salute. Bro, that face scar is crazy. Yeah, man. So donate, bro. I need my hospital bill on point. I need my hospital bill, bro. So I need y'all to donate for your boy. Check out the cash. We'll go into a quick commercial break, Chad.
We'll return after these messages.
You pooping? Oh, you full? No! Man, we only got one diaper. Yo, we only got one diaper left. Yo, support your boy and donate so I can re-up on more diapers. I got mad kids. I need your help. Please help me, shut down. Help me, ninja. Not play. But then, let's see. Did you hit them with the hey boo boo? Wow, this is crazy. 130 kind of dried up in boxing. Ever since Shakur and Tank left, Santa Cruz stopped fighting. Oscar left. Navarrete also moved up, and Cordina got knocked out. Yeah, 130 kind of like fell apart, man. 130 used to be exciting once upon a time, and yeah, it's not what it is no more, man. It's definitely not what it is. I could definitely agree. It's not the same anymore. It's not. Right now the divisions that got the spotlight on them is we got 140. I'll say 147. Low key 154. Low key 154. Bud is up there, but Bud is not the biggest name. You know what I'm saying? Majimov, nobody knew of until Bud kind of fought him and got familiar. Same with Bohochuk, and we got Virgil, but Virgil's not even a world champ right now. It's I think, but it got potential because you still got like some fighters coming up on there. We still got Xander Zayas coming through on the rise. So I think 154 has potential, but I think right now 140 has more of the highlight. 147 I think has a little bit more excitement. 168 for sure. And I think 154 and 176 is it? Both of them joints are like the same. The light heavyweight. I feel like it's pretty exciting too. Is low key up there. You know what I'm saying? My guy say Yogi Bear. Yes, sure. Homemade commercial is crazy. Yo, we put in work over here. You hear me? I put in work, Papa. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pay for a donation, then pay attention. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pay those donations, then pay attention. Alright, let me see what's up. 154 starting to cook. I'd say cruiserweight is doing a bit better too. Yeah, yep. I think so too. And there's some divisions there that got potential. I think 140 is one of the most exciting ones. 135 is pretty exciting too. I forgot if I didn't mention 135, but 135 for sure. 140. 147. I think 154 is cooking up. 168 is up there. I think light heavyweight and cruiserweight is kind of cooking up a little, son. Heavyweight is alright, man. There's good fights taking place at heavyweight. Don't get me wrong, but I think like I don't know. I don't even for the press conference for Fury versus Usyk. I'm not so entertained by it. I don't know, man. I seen shout out to Showbiz, the adult. I seen how he covered it. I thought it was pretty interesting. I like how he found it, amusing and entertaining. That to me, it just felt like boring. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. When I was watching that show, I was just like boring. I didn't even want to cover it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm still a fan of the fight though. I'm not a fan of it. I like that he did the whole, hitman look and all that. It's just, I don't know. It just gave me like, that press conference gave me like the, when you was a kid and you had to go to church and you was forced to go to church because Wella had to force you to go to church, and then you're just sitting there like, you want to go to sleep, you want to go home already type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. That's the vibes I got from that Jones. So I don't know, man. What makes the commercial even better is the kids are in and out. They play their role to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They know the drill, cause they know if they don't, pow pow. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm playing. I love my kids, man. My kids, my everything, man. On it, yeah, 140 legit. Let me see. Yeah, man. Sometimes I be getting cash apps and I be forgetting to shout y'all out on here, man. So please forgive me. But anyways, I'm not even tripping. We good right now. Let's see. So many lightweights moved up. Tank gotta get in the mix now. Yeah, man. Vic, what you think about Billy Joe Sanders announcing his comeback and saying he's the baddest at 168? Boring! That ninja need to sit back and stop chilling with Victor Conte. That's what he need to stop doing. He need to sit back and just relax. I don't think Joe Sanders is... After Canelo did what he did to him and we haven't heard from him since, coming back, I think, you know, someone like Edgar Berlanga will break the other side of his face. I think Pacheco, his youth, will end up knocking him out in the mid rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much for him. There's too much monsters there. You know what I'm saying? At 168. He's not. It's over for someone like Billy Joe Saunders. He has the right attitude. Don't get me wrong. I like his showsmanship. I like his, you know, he's entertaining. So I wouldn't mind him coming back. But not the biggest. Bro got fat as fuck. I thought he'd never come back. That's crazy. You think the Berlanga versus Rosado fight is official in PRs? I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that fight. I'm gonna keep it 100. Shout out to Rosado, you know, shout out. I don't care if people might call me a hater. I'm not, because I am a fan of Rosado. I love his warrior heart and spirit. You know what we... Matter of fact, you know what time it is. We gotta do that one more time. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't a warrior, you know what's about to happen.
This is Sparta!
You already know. Listen, I don't really like that fight, man. Shout out, like I said, I like the Warriors. I would like to see Rosado fight. I'm not big on the Rosado versus Berlanga, and this is why, man. I just feel like I think Berlanga should fight someone that's more... I don't know if you guys remember when I was bringing this up the other day. It was like, you know what? There's tune-ups, and then there's like names. And sometimes you'll get somebody that, you know, that's a tune-up but has a name, and that's the best way to go about it. And I feel like right now, the person that best fits that is Macumbi for Edgar Berlanga. I just feel like Edgar Berlanga should fight Macumbi because Macumbi, now that we got to see him perform against Plain, he has a little name. But I still feel like I don't think he would be as dangerous for someone like Edgar Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? I think Edgar Berlanga comes in just as heavy, and I think he's more powerful. And I think that would be a great way for, you know, Berlanga to take him out and make a statement to set up a Caleb Plant fight, to set up, you know, who else is in the picture? Munguia, to set up Munguia. So I'm not big on the Rosado. I love Rosado. I just feel like I feel like Rosado, to get back in the picture, in that type of picture with Berlanga, I feel like there just has to be something building up to that. Something more to make it more anticipating. Just throwing that out there is just too random for me. It's like, I don't want to just have y'all fight just because y'all both Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? And make it a Puerto Rico just to make it add more excitement. And yeah, it just don't make sense. That's just my opinion. I feel like just because the motherfuckers is Puerto Rican don't mean they got to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Not a big fan of that fight. There is still a lot of smoke at 135 still, but most will move up soon enough, which should make things pretty interesting. Yeah, it's only a matter of time, man. I can't wait till we have fighters like, you know, La Roca start stepping up in weight. That's what I've been waiting for, because right now I believe he's at 127. But bro, I'm excited. Or 126, my bad. But regardless, that area, in weight, I'm excited to see the growth from him, from going from that low to 135 to 140, and just seeing the growth. I love witnessing the growth of these young fighters, man. And I see a lot coming out of fighters like La Roca, Bam, uh, John Paul Rivera. Who else? We got Chop Chop. I'm talking about the Puerto Rican one. He's 3-0, 3 KOs, but I still think I gotta see him continue performing, doing his thing once he reaches like his 6th fight, maybe 7th fight, to really be more convinced. Just because he looks phenomenal, but he looks phenomenal against, lower level competition right now. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I just gotta get more familiar. That's it. To really feel like, yes, I want to cover this guy all the time. Rosado is like a senior to Berlanga. And that's exactly what I feel too, bro. I feel like that's the same thing I see is yes, hit that like button for your boy too, man. I truly appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Make sure to hit that like button. Put this big over here just so I can see. Yeah, hit that like button for your boy, but yeah, man. Well, yeah, I'm just not big on that fight, man. I feel like Rosado, he hasn't really been active. Just to come back to fight Berlanga, who just came off a fight with Canelo. I truly believe that will take away momentum for Berlanga, if you act, in my opinion. And I like Rosado. I just don't like that idea of Rosado versus Berlanga. I really don't. I would like to maybe Rosado versus Rosado versus Pacheco. Let's do that. Let's see if that hasn't happened yet. Maybe I've been living under a rock and that already happened. But if it hasn't happened, Pacheco versus Rosado is something I'll be more into seeing because I think it'll make a little bit more sense. We got somebody with experience, with a new one, with the new sheriff in town. You know what I'm saying? And, something like that would make more sense for me. Yezo, Fishy Friends, what's up, my guy?
Toma, huepa, chacho, pa que sepa, puñeta.
Saludos. Rosado has legacy to take care of. Why would a fellow countryman tear it down? Yeah. I just don't know. To me, it just don't make so much sense, man. Rosado, I don't know, man. I like Rosado. It's not saying I love the warrior spirit of him. I just want to see fights that make more sense to me. I feel like just because they're Puerto Rican and they want to make the fight in Puerto Rico, it's just, it doesn't have it for me. But I would like to see, him versus Pacheco. That could be a nice little PR versus Mexico showdown. Not too crazy, but just something to entertain the fans. And if he could get past Pacheco, then I'll be like, okay, this would be a nice Puerto Rican showdown. You'll get more love because he took out a top prospect in Pacheco. And then it'll kind of make him more relevant in the scene. You know what I'm saying? Just in my opinion. Rosado versus Charlo. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because Jamal Charlo seems like he's a broken fighter. But Charlo, in his defense, if we're talking about Jamal, obviously, he's undefeated. I would rather see Jamal try to get it back with Caleb Plant. I would like to see that. I think that would make more sense for me. For Charlo. I would like to see Berlanga versus Charlo, obviously. But I think what makes sense is, Berlanga versus Macumbi to start off 2025. He gets past Macumbi. Do Puerto Rico versus Mexico for Puerto Rico weekend against Munguia. Then on the undercard, Sabril versus Pitbull. Under that, we could add Verge Ortiz versus Xander Zayas. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be a good... And then during that process, that Caleb Plant fight, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that could still be the end. If he decides to fight 3 times 2025, that would be crazy. And then he could fight Caleb Plant at the end if Caleb Plant could keep a streak going. You know what I'm saying? Or Berlanga versus Pacheco. Nah, I think that would be cool. Berlanga versus Pacheco starting 2025. I just feel like the only reason why I don't like the idea is because Pacheco could be a dangerous fighter, right, for Berlanga. But it's more like if Berlanga beats him, he won't get the full credit kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I don't want to see someone like Pacheco get beat at this time against a fighter like Berlanga. I feel like, warm up the pot a little bit more. I feel like it's a little too early. And he could probably beat Berlanga. Who knows? Pacheco he probably got the tools to beat Berlanga, Pacheco. I just wouldn't want to see that fight get rushed. I feel like that pot is warming up for a future fight. I think Pacheco and Rosado, I feel like would make more sense. Because Rosado, I feel like he's more on his way out. And if he beats him, then it kind of just stacks up that value for a future fight with Berlanga. If Berlanga does his part too, like against someone like McCumbee, stuff like that, then it's like, okay. But I think right now it's just, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation for me. If Pacheco wins, it's like, damn, we just kind of ruined the excitement of what could have came from a career with Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? With him being in the mix, because we still got the Caleb. There's still stuff that's exciting for him to be in the mix. But if he loses again, it might just like, it might not work out how I would like it to work out in my head. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, damn, my dude, what happened to you? Asking with all due respect. Yeah, Sean. In case y'all concerned about my face, man. I had a crazy situation. With I was in the trenches. There was a bear just going wilding. And I'll keep it short, man. Only one of us came out alive. You know what I'm saying? That's I didn't come out, fresh, but I got a trophy to carry on, you know what I'm saying, for war stories, you know what I'm saying? And I got a fur coat in the making, so we'll be popping that out soon. Who you had on the Max versus Ilia? I had Max. And Max got KO'd, man. That was hard to see, bro. That was hard to see. I had Max winning for sure. And Max was winning the fight, in my opinion. He was getting the better of the exchanges. But you did see a different type of reaction between the two when they get hit. I just see Max doing his part, doing what he does, piecing them up. And then, next thing boom, one punch. And that ended up leading to a fast stoppage right after. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ilia Topuria, because I didn't like him. I still kind of don't, you know what I'm saying? Topuria, whatever. But I give my respect, because even though I could find him cringe and I don't like how he, talks on the mic, maybe, whatever the case is. And he kind of has that like wannabe McGregor type of style. He got the same tattoos as him. He just like a poser in a sense, but guess what? He's doing his thing in the octagon. He's literally knocking ninjas' heads off. And Max Halloway never been knocked down before, never been knocked out, and he got it done. So congratulations to Ilia. He deserved it, man. Regardless how cringe I might find him. He hit into it with the bear. Guess who won? Yeah. Just guess. You should see the bear. That's all I gotta say. Don't you hate when motherfuckers say that? You know what I'm saying? They be looking crazy. Chichones everywhere. They be having chichones over here, cuts over here. And then they got the nerve to tell you, yeah, you should see the other guy. Motherfucker, stop lying, nigga. The other guy is perfectly fine chilling. Rosado cemented. It's cemented. He's gonna go down as the greatest Puerto Rican commentator. Oh shit, damn. He said he's cemented. He's good. Yeah, but not for nothing. I like him as a commentator too, man. As a boxer, he's great warrior. But I think just to me, it just don't really make sense to add him in the picture with these other guys right now. It's just we haven't seen much from him lately, so don't really excite me. At 54, I would love to see Zayas versus Virgil. Yup. It's time to stop holding Zayas' hand. Let him loose to see his potential. And that's my pick. But remember, Zayas is still young, but I agree. The holding hand stuff, I feel like maybe Zayas has the opportunity to be great now. It's just really risky now. Because he could wait off. He's only 22. He just turned 22. He could literally just hold off until he's like 25 years old. And then boom. You know what I'm saying? let's go for that world title and just stack up crazy victories, taking out, ranked 11 through ranked 30 fighters type shit. I'm saying, but I would like to see him. I think it's time though to feed him someone like Virgil Ortiz. We've seen how Virgil Ortiz performed against Bohachuk. I had Bohachuk winning, honestly. I feel like that fight exposed a lot of holes in Virgil Ortiz. However, what I could say is that Virgil Ortiz is a fighter that I love to watch, win or lose. Outside of me having Bohachuk winning, I enjoyed watching that fight mainly because of Virgil Ortiz. He was just exciting to watch, bro. I would pay for Virgil Ortiz fight every time. But when we're talking about, the skills, I do think it's a dangerous ass fight for Zayas. But if Zayas could stay sharp to 12 rounds, I could see him winning by decision. He just got to avoid those bombs. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to even get a little knockdown in that fight against Virgil, because you seen how Virgil was getting clipped by Bohachuk. You know what I'm saying? He was getting clipped by punches that weren't even committed punches. They were just little short joints, quick. But, we see Virgil being so committed to his punches that when he turns his body, he rotates everything, and is so committed that when he misses and gets countered, is more dramatic than what it should be. And it could be a little punch. Boom. And we've seen Bohachuk just do something short. Something nothing too crazy. And, it was a big reaction by Virgil Ortiz. So I think if we seen how Zayas fought against Sosa the last fight, if he could keep sharp like that against Virgil Ortiz, that would be a great fight, because they'll be exchanging. I could see Xander getting caught, bang, and it's like, oh, he might be going down. No, and then he recovering, making Virgil miss and countering some great shots, and then the fight turning around slowly. I think it'll be a nice little war back and forth. Yeah, that makes sense. Seeing your face, and I thought, because this is Thriller. Oh. That's my Thriller voice, you heard? Yeah, Thriller, man. Thriller, that's my ish. Ortiz versus Zayas would be a sick fight. You see? I think we could agree to that. I think it would be a sick fight. I think, honestly, at first I seen it like a 65-35 type of fight in the favor of Virgil Ortiz. But I'm seeing it more and more as a 50-50 fight when I pay attention to the last fights. You know what I'm saying? It's still up in the air, but I kind of see it being more of a closer than we think type of fight. After seeing what Ryan did to Devin, do you think he can defeat Tank Davis in rematch if it happens at 140 or higher? I think anything that happens under 145 for Ryan Garcia, he's going to have trouble in, because there's going to be a rehydration clause, and he can't even make 140 without a rehydration clause. So I think at 140, Ryan he's not gonna. I don't think he really beats anyone. I think he'll beat some people, but I think if you watch the fight with him and Tank Davis, yeah, it was at 135, and it was the rehydration clause in addition to that. But I feel like his body has like grew even more, that we'll get that same type of outcome from him at 140. You know what I'm saying? That's my perspective. So I think we won't see the best version of Ryan Garcia at 140 if he cuts himself through a rehydration clause. I don't see it happen. But I think if 145 to be safe, not even, I would say when you're fighting Tank Davis, just prepare for rehydration clause. I'm not saying that I disagree. I'm not saying that I agree. I think it's good to have a rehydration clause. But I think 147, if they could make a fight at 147, they say Tank could get that big too. And with a rehydration clause, then I'll be like, I think that's the fairest fight they can have. At 147 rehydration clause, I think that would make sense. Ilia is effing awesome. Yeah, he did phenomenal, man, in that fight. Max has been dropped by Poirier, but not fully knocked out. Yeah. Rooster, I want Boots Ortiz at I want Boots Ortiz 54. I don't want Boots and Ortiz. I'm gonna keep it on. I think that's a good fight though. That's a good fight. That's a great fight. I don't want it. You know, that is a great fight though. I think after the build up I'll get more excited for it. I think right now I don't want it because Boots still have his fight coming up, and I hate that when we talk about fights before, you know, we got these fighters still waiting on their fights. So I don't even want to think about that because then he might just lose to this guy. It'd be crazy. I would say, you know, shout out to Boots and Virgil Ortiz. I think that would be a great fight. That would probably be exciting. But as of right now, I don't know. I'm not too crazy over it just yet until he's after Boots. You know, if he wins, then that would be cool. Or even a Tim Tszyu versus that would actually be. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. I think right now, Zayas should be hella excited for that outcome, just because this could be a great fight, a comeback fight for Tim Tszyu, where he could, you know, go against a young prospect, undefeated like Zayas, to kind of prove himself back in the thing, and then Zayas to take out somebody as dangerous as Tim Tszyu, but at a time where he seems a little exposed and vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a smart plan for someone like Zayas. Munguia versus Berlanga, I could see that happening next year. I think one more fight for Berlanga before closing. Like both of those guys take like a tune-up name, a tune-up with a big name. You know what I'm saying? Like I got Macumbi for this guy, and then maybe Munguia could fight Rosado. I think they already fought, and make it happen again. Fuck it, yeah. I know they already fought, but make it happen again. Bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Eliza Cruz. Thank you, man. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but no disrespect if I'm not. Thank you. Xander the One. Yeah, definitely. Critics. Yeah, that would be thing. Let me see. Wouldn't mind seeing Zayas versus Ortiz towards the end of next year. Yeah. I think the middle of next year would be nice. You know what I'm saying? I think if Zayas could take out one more fighter, make it look very impressive. If he could get a knockout his next fight, feed him at least a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? Give him a mandatory title shot. You know what I'm saying? At least that. A title shot for a shot for a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? That's the least you could do. I don't think Ryan can make 140 ever again. Yeah. I think he's done. He's capped out. He's definitely capped out. I think 145 if they do a catch weight, but 147, 150. Now 154, Tank is definitely not gonna do that. Ryan can't make 40, not even with Scooter. Yeah. That's a fact. You know, that's not happening. Ryan be hating it regardless what y'all want to say. Yeah, he did. Definitely did. My issue was Tank brought Ryan down to 136 after he had been weighing him at 138, 139. Ryan down to 136 after he had been weighing. Yeah. You know what it is? I used to really disagree with this rehydration clause. I'm gonna keep it on. I used to hate rehydration clause. I didn't agree with it. I didn't like it. But I kind of learned to respect it and even agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if at the end of the day, we got to be real about the situation. Why are all these fighters, you know, damn near risking their health to make a specific weight where they look like skeletons? It's freaky as shit. And the whole sole purpose behind that is to have an advantage the night of the fight. That's the whole purpose of it. To lose as much weight as possible so that you could try to translate your power the best you can at a lower weight division where they can't so much, you know, because you're going to gain so much more weight the night of the fight. So that power is just going to hit different. And a lot of times we have fighters the night of the fight and where their opponents are about 3 divisions higher than they is. So I could respect the rehydration clause, bro. I'm not going to lie. And slap the rehydration clause on him. Yeah, I feel you. It is messed up, but hey, you know, this this has to build Ryan's business game up and his whole thing up. Like, okay, if I know this is gonna happen, then I gotta train myself the best I can at a weight where I know it could translate the best, where I'm not killing myself. And start practicing fights with rehydrations, because if not, then that's one of the reasons why I like Sabril Matias so much, because when he was fighting, he was a champion of IBF, so you always needed to go through the rehydration, and it was looking crazy all the time. He was doing his damn thing. Virgil versus Spence, they started in the same gym. I think Victor KO's Spence. Or I think he meant Virgil. I wouldn't want to see Virgil fight Spence. I just feel like Spence, to get a title shot after a loss like he took against Bud, don't make sense to me. I don't think Spence should even be fighting anybody with a title shot. I don't even think he deserves somebody like Virgil. I think he needs to just, take it easy at 154. Take one fight. That, like I said, take a name, take a tune-up that has a name. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Victor, I think that would be a good fight, though. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'll enjoy that fight. But damn, man, Spence, something about me just feels like Spence ain't really ready to get back in that ring right now, man. He did it already, and we seen that was a Spence that I don't want to see again against Bud Crawford. The way he got beat like that, I feel like there was a lot more that went into it than just him not being fully prepared. You know what I'm saying? I think Ryan can defeat Tank Davis at 147, but I don't think Tank will go. Yeah, I agree. I could see Ryan taking out Tank, because if you see how effective Ryan was with that pressure, as skinny as he was and dehydrated as he was, he put on some pressure. He was going at it with Tank off the rip. So at a weight like 147, where even if you had a rehydration clause and you still feel good, you still feel yourself, we seen what he could do. We seen what Ryan could do. I don't think when fighters pick and choose when to use rehydration clause, either way, and I agree with you. I think they pick and choose. I totally agree. Like, for an example, if let's say Inoue wants to step up to 135 to challenge Tank Davis. Would Tank Davis offer, or not say 135, not 130, let's say 130 to go down to 130, right? They say that Tank could make 130 all day. Matter of fact, let's take it a step lower. Meet at, what is it, 126? Is it 126? Am I bugging? I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. But meet right under 130. And take it there. That's my opinion. I think they should do that. But I would like to see, if they meet there, Inoue and Tank, would Tank in that situation do the rehydration clause, knowing that he already had to drop some weight to get there, and now do a rehydration clause so he can't gain anymore. And that's when I really respect the fact that, Tank does rehydration clause, because he applies it to everyone he would fight. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not saying because Tank did it and anybody did it. I'm just saying that I like that idea of rehydration clause for those who like to utilize their weight as an advantage to win a fight. Yeah, weight bullies, yup. In my opinion, I don't believe in the weight bully title, because if they make weight and they don't put a rehydration clause, no, yeah, I agree with you on that too. I 100% agree. It's business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's business at the end of the day. My thing is, when people complain about the rehydration clause, that's when I'd be like, well, no. If somebody, so for example, like if, somebody does say it, like, hey, let's do a rehydration clause, and then you complain about it because they offered it, then I think the shame goes on the person that is complaining about the rehydration clause. You know what I'm saying? I think it's okay for fighters to want rehydration clause nowadays, considering how the sport is going, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I mean, I think what's next for my guy is bare knuckle fighting. Bare knuckle fighting is probably the best bet. Definitely the best bet. Dang, my joint looks crazy. My scar looks pretty crazy, bro. This jaw look crazy. Oh, bad. Y'all probably worried as hell. Like, yo, what's up with you, Sean? You good? Yeah, bro. It was a good night of fights. How long I been on here? Just wanted to stop by and check up on y'all, man, because I didn't go live for these. Well, Regis Prograis is looking to go to bare knuckles. He's looking to retire and, check out the bare knuckle. He thinks he's just a little too old for boxing right now. He said the 12 rounds kind of killed him. So he's considering, doing bare knuckle. He felt like, his ankle injury and his knee injury during the fight. Like, he said he was perfectly fine, and he said the only thing he could really, that he's like almost 100% for sure about, and is that has to do with his time in that ring. And he says he just feels like his body it can't control it. So best bet he's saying is bare knuckle for him. And you know what? Go for it, champ. It's a crazy sport, bare knuckle, but I respect him for just his honesty and how he feels about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Maybe going a little hard on himself, but boxing is an unforgivable sport. And if you want to make the most out of it, there's people that want to chase their legacy so bad, but they don't think far ahead in their career. Let's just go. We're gonna make another run at the title. We're gonna make another run at the title. So many, runs at the title that you start to forget about setting yourself up straight for the end of your career. So at least, we have somebody that's realizing that their career is not going according to how they would have liked it to go. So guess what? We got to catch the rebound. How can we do that? There's bare knuckles. They're paying pretty good. I'm sure I could make a debut and get some good bread. If it goes out good my first time around, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll even come back again after that. See if I can go for a title run on there, get paid a little bit more, and try to set up myself a little better. And possibly even become a legend within the bare knuckle fighting scene. You know what I'm saying? But if not, at least he's being flexible with his options. You know what I'm saying? Bare knuckles may not be the best idea for Regis, in my opinion, because the mechanics are different. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier too. I said bare knuckles is just different. Everybody think that bare knuckle is like a place you go when you want to end your career in another sport. Like, it's no, bro. This ain't that type of. People kind of mistake bare knuckle for exhibition matches. Bare knuckle isn't exhibition matches, bro. That's not an exhibition league. Bare knuckle. Bare knuckle's pretty brutal, and there's different ways to prepare for it. Fingers get jammed easier. There's a lot that go into something like bare knuckles, and I don't think people consider it so much. Even when it comes to blocking, even when it comes to obviously a lot of things are pretty similar. But the impact from when you hit somebody with your glove to bare knuckle, it has to be different. You have to do a lot more. They say a lot of times you got to be even more sharper. You can't even commit. A lot of times when people throw haymakers, I forgot what his name was. He was giving a good lesson about bare knuckle. And he said, like, when a lot of people throw power punches, the reason why they don't do too good in bare knuckle is because they overcommit to punches. They overcommit. Boom, and you should never overcommit in bare knuckle. It's more about snapping because you're already hitting them bare knuckle. You're gonna hurt something. You're gonna tap something up, but you overcommit. That's when your wrist starts to crack because you're hitting straight skull. You know what I'm saying? And that shit mess up your whole situation. So you want to just stick, and not really overcommit to mess up your hand. That's on, like, bare knuckle fighting, you mess around and do damage more to yourself when you're on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference with boxing. When you're on the offensive side, yeah, there's times where when you're offense, it could hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Look at perfect example, Shakur Stevenson with the body shot. He went for a body shot, boom, messed up his wrist a little bit. It happens, right? But in bare knuckle is gonna be much more, intense when it comes to bare knuckle. You're more likely to damage yourself offensively than you would in boxing. You know what I mean? Excuses, he lost to the what? Confused. I didn't get what you said there. Toma, mofongo boricua. Yes, sir.
Toma, huepa.
Trichel
Chacho, pa' que
espada.
sepa, puñeta.
Excuses, he lost to Josh Taylor and Josh Taylor lost to Jack. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think you're talking to somebody. I didn't make no excuse for nobody. I think you might be responding to somebody else though. Timzu versus Zeiss would be hard for Timzu confidence. Yeah, yeah, that would be a great way to build confidence for Timzu and a great way for someone like Zeiss to make himself familiar within the elite fighters at 154. So I think that would be good. That's why boxing implemented gloves to save the hand. Yep, exactly, to save the hand. So in bare knuckle fighting, yeah, they kind of help you with the wrist in bare knuckle fighting, so you're not breaking your wrist, but it's not rocket science to understand that you're gonna do more damage to you're more likely to do more damage to yourself on the offensive side when it comes to bare knuckle boxing and comparing it to boxing. It's crazy. And then you hit elbows too, fighters, and your knuckle just in straight elbows. Bang, you're like, oh shit, that shit hit different. While when you hit it with a glove, you might actually hurt your opponent more than you hurt yourself when you hit somebody's elbow with your glove. But when you hit it with bare knuckles, best believe, maybe not at that moment, but maybe the next morning you're going to feel that shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? Your adrenaline going to rush. So you might not feel it at that moment, but you'll feel it maybe in the morning. If your adrenaline's rushing good enough, you'll feel it. You'll wait until the morning to feel it. Nah, Josh Taylor beat Regis and just beat Josh. That's why I had Jack winning. Okay, yeah. I didn't have Jack winning. So like I mentioned before the fight even took place, I had my money with Jack and my heart with Regis. But then I just decided to just put my chips in all for Regis after the press conference, because I like the excitement that comes behind like certain moments that lead up to the fight, like certain build-ups. And I like when Regis got at the manager, and I felt like, sometimes that gets in the head of the opponent. So I was gambling with that idea. That was getting in Catterall's head, and you seen the reaction from him and Eddie Hearn. That's Eddie Hearn's fighter, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn, yeah, and they both reacted, Jack Catterall. So it was just kind of like, it was like, shit, it was crazy. So I felt like those moments might have kind of, benefited the mental warfare game for Regis, and I thought that might have helped him out. And I, for the most part, I think it did. But just not enough to the extent where he was getting more success than Jack was in that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight though. I love that fight. It was a good fight. Whenever there's a fight in England, I watch the fights on mute. Those commentators are biased. Yeah, that's how it usually is. It's nowadays you just gotta watch it. Nowadays you just gotta go on Vic season. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start going live on the fights. I'm gonna start going live real soon on the fights. Not quite yet. I start going live on fights that I really want to commit to, where it's really where I could really make anticipating. Like Sabril versus Leon Peril was like, that was my best live ever. You know what I'm saying? It was just so anticipating. I was fully invested, energy, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to kind of create that same anticipation with Canelo versus Berlanga, even though I knew I didn't have nothing because nobody was satisfied with that fight. But I wanted to do my best to create the excitement out that fight. So I tried to add that same investment. It worked out good, but not as good as the Sabril and Leon. I'm waiting for some of those fights to really get me fully invested, excited. Because I love boxing regardless, but there's certain fights that just kind of bring it out of me more. You know what I'm saying, Paul?
Hold up.
Regis versus Ramirez would be a good fight to see where both are at. I can't lie. I lost to Jose in the amateurs. I done to see it though. I love to see it though. Oh, so Fishy Friends just to box, and he lost to. Well, hey, at least you boxed somebody up there, bro. So shout out to you, man.
Toma, huepa.
I appreciate you being on
pa que
Fishy
sepa,
Sports, bro.
puñeta.
I'm going to assume he beat you with the hook. That's funny as hell, guys. Hell yeah. All right, we've been on this jump for a good hour, man. If there's anything y'all want to say, man, let me know. Forever hold y'all peace, man. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all. I want to get more comfortable with going on live and just checking up with y'all. So I figured let me just cover this real quick. But this is not an episode of Banco Café. You know, Banco Café, that's like a 3-hour session right there. I ain't gonna hold you. Banco Café, that's like a 3-4 hour session. It's just hard to not make that a long episode a lot of times, man. We get to business, we eat our pan, we drink our cafe, and we just be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm pretty much set, man. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Close it up. This is the universal favorite to fight fans from all nations. Thank y'all for tuning in to Big Season Sports, the #1 source for combat news and creations. Thank y'all for tuning in from the bottom of my heart to the top of the world. I truly appreciate it. You know how we do the Banco Café? Well, sometimes I'm getting more used to just going on random basis, just to chop it up with y'all. I might just do some on my phone when I'm out sometimes for certain like breaking news. But then we're gonna recover it for the Banco Café. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do how we do it over here. You already know how we get down over here. Before you go, you know, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, you know what I mean? Oh, look, my guy said Café Bustelo. Look, this is how you know it's the Café Bustelo. Wepa! You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's more cafe. I like other type of cafe, but a lot of y'all like to criticize me and give me some ish. Like, yo, you gotta try this cafe. Listen, if you're not gonna pay for my cafe, then don't expect me. But if you're gonna pay for it, put it in the super chat, put in the super thanks, put in the cash app. I'll get it, I'll shout you out, and I'll show you that I got it as well. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, shout out to Bustelo. That's my ish too. I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Truly appreciate y'all. And we out. I'll be here when you get back, cause
Big Season got that flavor.
Toma!